Welcome back once again. This is Brother Jacob, and this is the False Prophet channel where we get Islam exposed and the false prophet of Islam exposed, Muhammad, on a regular basis. In today's episode, we will be making comedy of Kenny Bomer and his circus once again. For those who don't know, Kenny Bomer has a female that he brings on his show. And this is a white Caucasian Muslim convert. She goes by the name of Katarina. And according to her, she's from Tennessee. And what we are about to show you is some very damning evidence. Now, Kenny should think twice before he lets people speak on his show, because when a person is unlearned about Islam and, when you go on panels and you say things that's recorded, it can be really damaging if you just running your mouth and don't know what you're saying. You see, since the time I have been appearing on the Kenny Bomer show, he is at least smart enough to know that when Brother Jacob speaks, don't allow him to speak more than 10 seconds, because that's all it takes for him to destroy everything I'm saying. But with this new individual that he has on his show, this character by the name of Katarina, she called me an idiot, so I'm going to call her a clown. She called me an idiot. So this new clown that he has on his show, she ran her mouth too much, and we're going to show you how she actually contradicted the Quran. And you can tell by the face that Kenny had. He knew I was listening, and he is saying to himself, "Oh, damn, Katarina, why are you saying stuff like this?" But because she is a female, all of the men in the on the panel, they were basically placating to her. Okay, so usually when a female is amongst a lot of men, most of the time men will just, because it's a woman speaking, they'll just, usually men, basically I'm saying like beta males, not alpha males, but the beta males that appear on the Kenny Bomer show, those type of men, they will placate and pander to a female. So no matter what she's saying, they'll try to stay on her good side, even when she is in clear error and when she is saying things that's going to get them, busted later on down the line, like we're about to show you today. So I'm not going to do too much talking. Let's get right into it so we can go ahead, get them busted, and get this over with. So without further ado, here we go.
Beautiful. That is a great story.
Ever.
That's a absolutely.
That moment of bringing a child to the world, that's the moment where a woman is closest to death. Closest to death. That's why if we die in childbirth, we become a martyr. Because
you hear what she said? But I'm not gonna stop right there. I'm just let it keep playing. Then I'm gonna go and give my commentary after she's done.
That's the moment where the veil between this life and that afterlife is very, very thin. It used to be like 1 in 3 women used to die in childbirth, and people used to get ready for, death when a child came. And it was just before, the age of modern medicine, it was such a...
Notice she said before the age of modern medicine, but we're going to get her busting on that as well. But let's continue.
Such a ominous, everyone was anticipating, Muslims, of course, saying, may Allah's will be done, but still being a little bit scared because so many things could go wrong. That's why women are elevated so high for that station. Wow. being,
Yep,
you know,
that's right. Go ahead, Brother Sanford.
oh,
Sister Katrina, I have a question for you.
yes.
What's the story like? What circumstances turn up where the baby is actually pulling the mother into Jannah by the umbilical? You know,
Oh, yes.
what is
If it,
So now she's about to tell us about if a woman miscarries a baby, the fetus will be pulling the mother to Jannah, and that's the Arabic Muslim word for paradise, by the umbilical cord. I know, but let's continue. Let's continue to let it play.
that
if a
story? I
child,
heard it once. It made me cry. It was
the
like,
mis-
tell the story, please.
yes, I'll tell you. That story is that hadith is what I held on to when I lost my own son. That's the only thing that got me through that that part of depression when Danielle passed away. So the miscarried, what it is the miscarried fetus um, will, obviously, every child that dies is taken to Jannah right away. We know that already. The miscarried fetus is.
Now, notice she said that every child that dies is taken straight to Jannah. She said we know that already, but we're gonna. Yes, this is so damning. And look, they cannot take it back because again, this is Kenny Bomer's co-host. This is the female who he decided to be his co-host. He hasn't vetted this woman properly. This is just a girl that's just flying off at the mouth. She don't know what the hell she is talking about. But this is Kenny Bomer's co-host. So keep that in mind.
Actually a little bit different. The miscarried fetus, Allah, brings that miscarried fetus to the gates of Jannah, the highest gate of Jannah. And the angels, tell the miscarried fetus, come and enter Jannah and enter and enjoy all the pleasures of Jannah because it's yours. And the fetus says,
So the angel tells the fetus to come and enjoy all the pleasures of Jannah because it's yours. So I guess that includes having sex with the 72 virgins. So that's pedophilia as well. Little fetus is going to be enjoying all the pleasures of Jannah, which includes having sex with 72 virgins. Okay, but keep, doing the damage.
I can't enter without my carrier, which means my mother. I'm going to wait here until I'm joined by my carrier. And that even if the carrier, the mother of that fetus, of that miscarried fetus, was destined for Jahannam, for the fire of hell, that the fetus would save her from the fire of hell. That
Did you hear that? Okay.
Allah gave this permission.
Did you hear what she said? Okay, if the mother loses a child, that even if that mother was destined for the fires of hell, that the child will save the mother. And we're going to show you where she just contradicted the Quran. Yes. This is so good, man. Kenny Bomer is the clown of the Muslim community. And this is why Muhammad said that a female has half of the intelligence of a man. Not only did Muhammad say that, but he also said never trust a woman in Ibn Ashaq 584. Now we see why he thought so lowly of women. Now, I'm not saying that, but I'm going by what Muhammad taught and believed. Kenny, maybe you should take more of Muhammad's advice. This woman is embarrassing you and your panel and the credibility of your show. This is too easy and too fun. But keep going, Katarina. You're doing such a good job devastating Islam. Keep going. Hand claps to you, Katarina. Keep going.
For the fetus to save its mother with the cord of its umbilical cord and bring its mother into the gate of Jannah.
I just love the way she was crying. And and it's so heartfelt. And bring the mother to the kill. Oh, oh.
Him,
Hmm.
him or her. And
Alhamdulillah.
yes,
You hear Kenny, his favorite word. Oh, alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah.
and that's like the only in Islam, that's the only like very like clear cut case of guarantee, besides the shaheeds and besides the children and mentally incapacitated people dying, in childhood. The mother of the miscarried fetus is guaranteed Jannah, because her fetus is guaranteed to save her by Allah. And that special permission was given.
Heard what she said. Her fetus is guaranteed to save her. By the death of the fetus, dying saves the mother. Remember what she said. She cannot take it back. Kenny Bomer cannot clean it up for her. Everybody sees it. They're going to try when this goes up, watch. Kenny is going to come and try to clean it up. No, this is your co-host. It's recorded. She's crying. She means every word she says, she means it. And don't try to take it back. Yes, yes, yes.
To the miscarried fetus by Allah. And that's a promise that he gives, because the devastation that mothers go through is unreal. And the mothers, Allah hears the cries, of the mothers.
Allah hears the cries. The mother. Oh, alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah.
And it's unreal. It's unreal. It's for 2 straight years I was not okay. And it's been 2.5 years now. I just started being okay again. And it was very, very, very difficult. And now not only for me, but for my kids and for my husband too. And explaining death and all of this to my little ones, where, that wasn't really something that I had to explain.
And just to throw in, some more comedy, Muhammad said death is a disease, but we're going to show that because of some of the statements she said. But, it's all comedy to me. I'm just having fun. Like, I don't really care about this video. At this point, when I'm making videos about Kenny Bomer, it's just fun. And it's just to show you how ridiculous this religion is. But I hope she's finished, because I'm tired of even listening to her.
To them yet, because they hadn't ever lost a family member or, had anything like that.
All right, shut up. Now the fun part. Okay, let's rewind it back. Let's see.
And I want to talk about your story.
That's like I've never heard a story like that before.
Like from
So what it is the miscarried fetus will, obviously, every child that dies is taken to Jannah right away. We know that already.
You heard her? Every child that dies is taken to Jannah right away. We know that already.
The miscarried fetus is actually a little bit different. The miscarried fetus, Allah, brings that miscarried fetus to the gates of Jannah, the highest gate of Jannah. And the angels, tell the miscarried fetus, come and enter Jannah, and enter and enjoy all the pleasures of Jannah because it's yours. And the fetus says, I can't enter without my carrier, which means my mother.
So the fetus disobeys Allah and tells Allah, I can't enter because I need my mother. But the fetus is going back to his creator, but he's missing his mother, even though he's about to enter heaven where there is no worries, no desire, no, you're not supposed to be missing anything because you're going to paradise. So this speaks a lot about the paradise of Muhammad, of Allah. So, but
I'm going to wait here until I'm joined by my carrier.
So the fetus is talking directly to the Almighty God of the heavens. And the fetus, these Muslims say Allah is so glorious and awesome and magnificent. So if he is so glorious, magnificent, and awesome, how these Muslims say, then how can the mind of the fetus be concentrating on the mother? Why, if you were before God Almighty, that means Allah can't be all powerful and all magnificent and all glorious, because this fetus is actually hearing the voice of God. Like, how many of us can say God directly just spoke to us? I mean, that's a very, very, that's a very, very great thing if God speaks to you. This fetus is about to enter the gates of paradise. Allah is telling him to enter, and this fetus disobeys Allah and tells Allah, hold up, Allah, not until my mother comes. Does that even sound right? Disobeying Allah, and Allah allows the fetus to disobey him.
And that even if the carrier, the mother of that fetus, of that miscarried fetus, was destined for Jahannam, for the fire of hell, that the fetus would save her from the fire of hell.
Notice what she said. Allah wouldn't save the mother from the fire of hell, and you can't take it back. She can't take it back, Kenny. You can't take it back, Katarina. You said it, you said it, you said it, and we all heard you. You said the fetus, not Allah, you said the fetus will save the mother from the fires of hell. And she said it, Kenny, and you know she said it. So don't even be like, oh, Islamophobe, hate speech, or you will be lying. And everybody will see that you are a liar if you say that what I'm trying to say is a mockery, because everybody sees I'm not mocking anything that she's saying. I am using her own words to make my case, and I'm about to show you in the Quran and the Hadith that she just got you busted. That's why you need to watch who you let on your panel and who you just let fly off at the mouth. Just because she's a woman, that don't mean you should just let her say whatever she want. You know what I'm saying? Because again, Muhammad said a woman has only half of the intelligence of a man. She said the fetus will save the mother from the hellfire, and everybody heard it. And she said even if the mother was destined for hell, the fetus would save this mother from the hellfire, and you can't take it back.
That Allah gave this permission for the fetus to save its mother with the cord of its umbilical cord and bring its mother into the gate of Jannah with him, him or her. And yes, and that's like the only in Islam, that's the only very clear-cut case of guarantee, besides the shaheeds and besides the children and mentally incapacitated people dying, in childhood. The mother of the miscarried fetus is guaranteed Jannah, because her fetus is guaranteed to save her by Allah. And that
The fetus is guaranteed to save her by Allah. Now, what do the Muslims say? They say that, and we're going to show you in the Quran. Enough of me talking. Let's just go to the Quran verse. Everybody heard what she said. Now, let's go to Surah 35:18. Okay, this is Surah 35:18. And let's read what it says, and we're going to read the Mohsin Khan translation. This is Surah 35:18. Let's read what it says. And no bearer of burdens shall bear another's burden, and if one heavily laden calls another to bear his load, nothing of it will be lifted, even though he be near of kin. Okay, let's read the Arbery translation. No soul laden bears the load of another, and if one heavy burden calls for its load to be carried, not a thing of it will be carried, though he be a near kinsman. And even though I don't like the Sahih International translation, because they always lie, we're going to read this one. Sahih International, Surah 35:18. And no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. And if a heavily laden soul calls another to carry some of its load, nothing of it will be carried, even if he should be a close relative. So what is this Sahih International? What does it say? And if a heavily laden soul calls to carry the load of another person, nothing of it will be carried, even if he should be a close relative. What did she say about the hadith? She said that the child will come to the gates, and we're going to show you that hadith. The child will come to the gates. The child will disobey Allah's command and say, no, I will not enter until my mother comes. That means that child's soul was heavily laden, like this verse says, and it called upon the mother. And you heard what she said, that even if that mother is a sinner, that Allah will allow that child's death to redeem the sins of that mother. But what does Surah 35:18 say? It says, and no bearer of burdens will bear the burden of another. And if a heavily laden soul calls to carry the load of another, nothing of it will be carried, even if he should be a close relative. So that fetus is a what? That's the child. So that's a very, very close relative to the mother. What do Muslims always say? That Jesus did not die for the sins because the Quran says that no soul can bear the sins of another. Muslims say that. What did she say? She said because of Allah. Allah's permission allowed this child to die and redeem the burden of the mother. What do Christians say? Jesus, by the permission of the Father, came down to earth to die for the sins of man. What do the Muslims say? That's not acceptable because of what the Quran says in Surah 35:18. What did Katerina say? By the permission of Allah, it was granted that the fetus death could redeem the burden, the sins of the mother. What do we say as Christians? By the permission of God, Jesus was sent to die on the cross. When Jesus was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, what did he say? He said, Father, not my will, but your will be done. So what has Katerina just proven? That she is a hypocrite. She is a hypocrite. She is a hypocrite. This woman is a hypocrite. And let's show you the hadith that she was reading about the child pulling the mother to paradise by the umbilical cord. Let's read that hadith to you. Let's read it. Okay? The hadith on miscarriage. Deceased fetus will carry his mother into paradise. Muhammad ibn Jabal reported, the Prophet, peace and curses be upon him, said, by the one in whose hand is my soul, the miscarried fetus will carry his mother by his umbilical cord into paradise if she was seeking its reward. Grade Sahih, authentic according to Al-Albani. What did that woman clown say? What did that clown say on Kenny Bomer's channel? That even if she was destined to hell, that child's death would redeem his mother from entering hell. So let's show you the hadith about the child disobeying Allah when it is told to enter paradise. Here we go. It was narrated from Abu, and by the way, I have a video on my channel already when I covered this. It was narrated from Abu Hurairah that the Prophet said, there are no two Muslims, 3 of whose children die before reaching puberty, but Allah will admit them to paradise by virtue of his mercy toward them. It will be said to them, enter paradise. They will say, not until our parents enter. So it will be said, enter paradise, you and your parents. So what we have right here, we have Allah allowing the death of a child to redeem the sins of the parents. That's what we have right here. And she mentioned something about if a woman dies at childbirth, they will be considered a martyr, which makes no sense because in Islam, life and death of the Muslim is decreed by Allah. It's already decreed by Allah. So how can a woman dying make her be a martyr? That makes no sense. Because if something is decreed, how can you say that you are a martyr when Allah decreed for you to die? In Islam, every action that a Muslim does is by the decree of Allah. Nothing that a Muslim says or does is by their own actions or will. Everything is by the decree of Allah. So even when she said that, it didn't make any sense. You can't fit martyrdom, and decreed in the same space because one contradicts the other. That doesn't even make sense. Decreed and being a martyr, how does that make sense? If something is decreed to happen by the pen of Allah, then your actions did not make you a martyr. It was Allah who decreed it. So there's no such thing as no martyr in Islam. That doesn't even make sense. Like I said, nothing they say makes sense. We can easily refute and, get everything that they say busted. And I'm so happy that she made those claims. She can't take it back. Now, this woman on Kenny Bomer's panel has made it easy for us to say this. Never again do I want to hear a Muslim say that Jesus did not die for the sins, and that another man cannot die for the sins of other people. Never again, because this woman just proved that in Islam, you can die for the sins of someone else. And let's get her busted on something else that she said. Okay, she said that when a child dies, that makes that child automatically go into paradise. Let's show you. Let's show you. There's a hadith where Aisha was at a funeral and a little baby had died. If I can find it, let me show you this hadith. If I can't find it, I'll just post it in the comment section. Let's see if I can find it real fast. But I'm so happy she made that admittance, man. That makes my job that much easier. That makes my job. Come on. I don't want this to take too long. Here we go. Thank you, God. Here we go. And look what it says. The Book of Destiny. Let's read it. Aisha, the mother of the believer, said that Allah's messenger was called to lead the funeral prayer of a child of the Ansar. I said, Allah's messenger, there is happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise, for it committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. But this is what Muhammad replied to Aisha. He said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise, because God created for paradise those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. So she just got her own prophet busted. She just got herself busted again. She contradicted what her prophet said, because this hadith specifically says that, let's read it again. Muhammad said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise, because God created for paradise those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. So as you see, Allah will send, he will create innocent souls to go directly to hell even before they did anything. But they say that Allah is all just. That's what they say. They say he is all just. What did she say? She said it's a guarantee. She said it boldly too. She said it's guaranteed in Islam that when you die, if it's guaranteed that if a mother loses a child, it's guaranteed that she will go to Jannah. What does this say right here? No, Katerina. No. What? Let's read it again. What did Aisha say? Now this is Aisha speaking right here. What did Aisha say? There is happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise, for it committed no sin. For it committed no sin, nor has this child reached the age when one can commit sin. Did that persuade Muhammad to say, yes, Aisha, you make a lot of sense, Aisha. This child hasn't committed sin, so you are absolutely right. No, it didn't say that. What did Muhammad say? He said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise. Because God created for paradise those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. So we don't want to hear anything else this clown has to say. She can boo-hoo and fake cry about her miscarried children all she wants. We don't care about all of that because she's a liar. And we here to bust all of them lies. She is a liar, and there's nothing you can say about it, Kenny. We just got you busted. And there's something else that she said. She said something about before modern medicine. But according to Islam, she shouldn't be thinking like that. Because according to Islam, Dr. Muhammad, he is modern medicine. This is the thing with these Muslims, especially the ones in the West. They try to keep a Western ideology mindset and be Muslims at the same time. Okay? She's talking about modern medicine, but according to her, you see, her mind has not been renewed. She's not thinking like a complete Muslim. Because according to this hadith, Muhammad has already figured out all of the problems of diseases and everything. So why is she talking about modern medicine? No such thing as modern medicine when it comes to Islam. Muhammad already figured it out in the 7th century. Let's read it. Narrated Abu Hurairah. I heard Allah's apostle saying, there is healing in black cumin for all diseases except death. Notice the last part, except death. So death is a disease now. Death is a disease? I didn't know death was a disease. Did anyone? Well, Muhammad just taught us something new. Death is a disease. Life, which is the opposite of death. So if someone is driving in a car and they have a sudden car accident and they die, did they die from the car accident or did they die from the disease of death? That's a riddle for you Muslims. You tell us. Boy, this is so funny, man. This is the stupidest religion ever. Kenny Bomer, did you hear that? Let's read it so Kenny Bomer can hear it. Kenny Bomer, you listening? Let's hear what your Dr. Muhammad said. I heard Allah's apostle saying, and Katarina, you talking about modern medicine, but your prophet said that black cumin is the cure for all diseases. That means AIDS, cancer, leukemia, any disease that you can think of. Black cumin is the remedy for it, except for death. Let's read it again. I heard Allah's apostle saying, there is healing in black cumin for all diseases except death. Now here go the riddle for you, Kenny Bomer. If someone gets in a car accident and they die, did they die from the car accident or did they die from death? Did the car accident bring about the death or did the disease of death bring about the car accident? Woo! Kenny Bomer, this is a riddle for you. I heard Allah's apostle saying, there is healing in black cumin for all diseases except death. So again, Kenny, if there is a plane crash and there's a whole lot of Muslims on board and all of them die in the plane crash, was the plane crash the cause of death or was death the cause of death, since death is a disease and they died? So when they give the official report, let's just say it's a Muslim reporter, should he say that the people in the plane, they died from, injuries from the plane crash, or should they say they died from the disease of death? So death is a disease. Wow. But this is Islam, people. This is Islam. So let's just get another laugh. Let's hear what
Special permission was given to the miscarried fetus by Allah, and all the pleasures of Jannah because it's yours. And the fetus says, so the miscarried, what it is.
Let's just hear this again. Since you've heard me get her busted, let's just listen to it one last time just to get a good laugh in. And Kenny, he's going to regret letting her say this. And you can see it on his face that he was worried about the stuff that she was saying, because he know that she opened up a Pandora's box and she can't take it back. We're going to have a field day on this video, man. Muslim admits that you can die from the sins of someone else. She contradicts the Quran. Oh, man, this is just too fun, man.
The miscarried fetus
listen to her.
Will, obviously, every child that dies is taken to Jannah right away. We know that already.
You heard what she said? Oh, man, I need to put this on repeat. Every child that dies.
For the fire of hell, that the fetus would save her from the fire of hell, that Allah gave this permission for the fetus to save its mother with the cord of its umbilical cord. And
Jesus saved us with his precious blood. In Islam, the fetus is the savior who saves the mothers of the dead babies by their umbilical cord. Now, this is another thing I want to bring up. Now, in Islam, the Quran makes a scientific error. It says that the bones develop first. They got it backwards. They say that the bones develop first, and then the flesh covers up the bones, like at the final stage of the fetus. So this fetus, this is another thing we want to know. Is this fetus just a skeleton? Because according to, and it's a scientific error, the Bible actually gets it right, but the Quran gets it wrong. It says that the bones, the flesh wraps around the bones, and that's the last stage. But medical science shows that the bones and the flesh of a child, of a developing baby, it comes about at the same time. But according to Islam, this fetus is a skeleton. I'm going to make a meme out of this. This skeleton is going to be pulling the mother into Jannah by its umbilical cord. So can you imagine in your mind an umbilical cord connected to a skeleton? Because in Islam, the Quran gets it wrong. It says the flesh covers the skeleton last. Wow, so picture this in your mind. This skeleton with an umbilical cord coming out of it. It's a skeleton pulling the mother into Jannah. This is too easy, man. Man, she just made a fool of Kenny Bomer and his channel. This is too easy. Kenny, you knew this was coming, man. You knew this was coming, Kenny. You better watch everything that comes out of that woman's mouth, man. You better call her on the phone before you bring her on, man. I'm telling you, because we own her, man. And we about to start a new channel called Reconsider TV. Reconsider TV, and everything that you put up, we going to be on your ass. We going to bust you on every show. We going to dissect it. Every time you say Islam says no compulsion in religion, we're going to be on top of it. Since you're afraid of me, you don't want me on your show anymore, like you said. That's fine, because you already know I do too much damage. So you come up with a reason. His new reason, people, is that, oh, I'm disrespectful and all of this. When you can go for yourself and see, I don't disrespect no one on his show. See, the thing is, every time I speak, I drop truth bombs like I'm doing right now. So that's what it is. It's not that I'm being disrespectful. It's just that Kenny never knows what I'm going to say. And he knows that whatever I say, I have the evidence to back it up. So that's what it is. but it's okay because we about to start a new channel and it's going to be called Reconsider This TV. That's right. So be on the lookout for that new channel, Reconsider This TV, and we're going to get Kenny busted on everything he says.
Made me cry. It was like,
This-
tell the story, please.
Yes, I'll tell you. That story is that hadith is what I held on to when I lost my own son. That's the only thing that got me through that that part of depression when Danielle passed away. So the miscarried, what it is the miscarried fetus will, obviously every child that dies is taken to Jannah right away. We know that already.
We're going to leave it right there because I don't want this to go on too long. You heard her right there. We're going to leave that in your mind. She said every child that dies, it goes straight to Jannah. We know that already. Let that be the last caption in your mind. We know that already. And let's go back to that hadith to show her that we don't know that already. We don't know that already. Let's leave it with this. She said, we know that already. But let's see. You see, Aisha thought the same thing like she did. Let's read it again. Aisha was saying, we know that already. We know that already. But let's show you what Muhammad told Aisha. And Katarina, I'm about to read your prophet's words to let you know that you don't know that already. Because your prophet didn't even know that. And it's nothing you, Kenny, or no one else can say about it. You got yourself busted. And these are not my words. I'm not making mockery. I'm not bringing up nothing. No hypothetical, no theoretical. Everything I'm showing you was straight from the Quran and straight from the Hadith. Let's read it again. We know that already. Let's rub it in one more time. We know that already. Let's read it. Allah's messenger, there is happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise, for it committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. Muhammad said, we know that already. No, Muhammad said, oh, no, it won't. Muhammad said, Aisha, I know you said, we know that already. But this is what I have to say, Aisha, to your, we know that already. This is what Muhammad had to say to Aisha's, we know that already. He said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise, because God created for paradise those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. So there you have it. Katarina, once again, gets Islam.
The miscarried
Let's just hear what else she got to say.
fetus is actually a little bit different. The miscarried fetus, Allah, brings that miscarried fetus to the gates of Jannah, the highest gate of Jannah. And the angels, tell the miscarried fetus, come and enter Jannah and enter and enjoy all the pleasures of Jannah because it's yours.
Yeah, the little baby, enjoy all the pleasures of Jannah like wine and sex. And then, and it's in Islam, there is no such thing as sin in paradise. They can do whatever they want. So this child can do like whatever it wants. It can drink wine, it can have sex, it can do everything,
And the fetus says, I can't enter without my carrier, which means my mother. I'm going to wait here until I'm joined by my carrier. And that even if the carrier, the mother of that fetus, of that miscarried fetus, was destined for Jahannam, for the fire of hell, that the fetus would save her from the fire of hell, that Allah gave this permission for the fetus to save its mother with the cord of its umbilical cord. And
she's crying now because she messed up. After she see that, she really going to be crying. And that's a perfect spot to end it right there. So as you see, the children in Islam can die for the sins of the parents. Even what she said, even though the mother can be destined to hell, the child can come and rewrite the decree of Allah that it had for that mother. So there you have it. Karina gets Islam busted once again. Look at that stupid face, that stupid look on Kenny Bomer's face. Let's just look at that stupid look on his face. He knew she messed up. He knew she messed up big time. Oh man, and y'all, look what else. This is no coincidence. You see Sanford Pass, the 99-year-old man. You see the man at the left-hand corner. He got his hand on his forehead like, oh shit, you done gave Brother Jacob too much ammunition. Oh man, that was right on time. Look, he's like, oh my God, what have you done, Katarina? You know that's divine right there. God set this up for us. That's divine. He holding his head in his hand like, oh man, this is so embarrassing. Look what you just done. You just messed this up. Brother Jacob going to have a field day with us. And you are right. And with that, we're going to end this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I think this is one of the best videos I've did, like exposing Kenny Bomer. This was very fun. Hey, this is fun, man. I love this. You know, Kenny, keep making us laugh, man. Sometimes I get bored, man, and I'll just watch your show for laughter, man. Like, you're a funny dude, man. You ought to go, you ought to think about a career in comedy, man. You're a funny dude, man. You know that? You real funny, man. So when we ending this, just look at that face, that look on Kenny Bomer's face. So look at that face. Look at him. Just look at that man. Look at that silly man. Look at that clown. Kenny Cupcake Bomer. What a clown you are. And with that, this is Brother Jacob signing out. Hope you enjoyed the laughs, because I did. The Bible say that laughter is good like a medicine. Yep, it sure does. So with that, this is Brother Jacob signing out. Hit the likes button, hit the shares button. And like always, this is the False Prophet channel, where we get Islam exposed and the false prophet Muhammad exposed on a regular basis. And this is Brother Jacob signing out.